Hey everybody, welcome to part 2 of our Mortal Kombat 9 Super Replay. I am here in my Mortal Kombat best. I am joined by our Mortal Kombat, student, I guess we can call you. Yeah, Kyle Hilliard, how are you, sir?
Good. I'm an expert now. I've watched you play this game for almost 2 hours, so I know all the characters and all their motivations, and I got it. I'm on top of it.
I would say, can you tell me right now do you remember how we ended last week's episode?
Oh, you put me on the spot. It's not that I don't know the character. I think we were in hell fighting somebody as Scorpion was fighting somebody in hell.
We did do that. It wasn't the last thing we did, but we did do that.
I remember it was like a big boss fight, and that we actually didn't complete it, right? Like we didn't finish it. We left off on a fight that we hadn't completed yet.
Yeah, we were on a 2-on-1 fight as I believe Liu Kang fighting Quan Chi and Scorpion.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Involved. He usually is.
Yeah, usually. Hey everyone in chat. Before we get started, I got another announcement. You know, we're doing this super replay today because I'm going to be out of office tomorrow. So, and Kyle's actually going to be out of office next week. So we didn't want to go 2 weeks with no Mortal Kombat. So that's why we're filming this today. Change Leany, hello in chat. I see you see super replay still on Fridays. That's why we're just doing Thursday. But yeah, last week's was on a Friday. But
right.
We'll be going for 90-ish minutes today, and then pretty much immediately after this, I'm going to be streaming Starfield from the beginning. So we're doing kind of a double feature today of Mortal Kombat and then Starfield. So if you also want to see Starfield, stick around to the end of this super replay. It'll be awesome playing some fun games. Kyle, I don't think you'll be around for Starfield, but...
No, I won't. Have you... Just real quick, this is a Mortal Kombat stream, not Starfield stream. You have played a bit, right?
Oh yeah.
You starting? Okay, so you're.
But I'm starting over.
A new game,
yeah.
Just to kind of like give everyone the sort of spoiler-free first. Cool. All right. Thanks.
Exactly, and also because Bethesda says I have to do that.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah.
It's part of the embargo. I have to start from the beginning, but yes.
Okay. Yeah. They give us the code early. We agree to some stuff like that. Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, exactly. Zero Quinn saying better get my popcorn. Yeah, we're gonna be in for the long haul today. I don't think I'll be wearing this for Starfield though, probably. But there might be a ninja in that game. Who knows? I did meet a ninja-like person early on in that game, so maybe. Oh really? Yeah, he had ninja qualities about him. But yeah, also want to real quick recap. We're on, like I said, we're in I think chapter 5. We're in the Liu Kang chapter, whatever number that is. Fighting Quan Chi and a Scorpion. Like I mentioned, this is the Raiden trying to make things right. I think I misspoke last week, Kyle, though, where I said that Raiden goes back in time, when it's actually his future self is actually sending memories to his past self. So it's actually not the Raiden from the future. It's the Raiden in the past, basically getting messages from his future self telling him, like, hey, you need to... Yeah, I thought about that. I was like, oh, I think I misspoke last week, because it's been a while since I played the story mode, but that's actually what's happening. So that's why Raiden's kind of confused, because he's basically getting like out of context like flashes of things, and he's like, I guess I have to do that, and then I guess I'll try to make that thing I saw happen and hope it works out. And then
good on him for trusting his hallucinations
and not automatically assuming he's an insane person.
Like, exactly. Yeah.
I was like, I don't know what any of this means. I just got here, man. Oh, so yeah. Without further ado, let's get back into it. The reason I didn't start it, because when you start the story mode, it literally jumps right into it. Like, it just goes.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why we've been hovering at the menu here. So, chat, let us know if you can hear and see everything. And here we go.
Do it.
Oh, wow, yeah. Right in. The cutscene starts up and everything.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember this, because he was like, I beat you, but I'm proud of you, right?
Like, I'm proud of you. You tried to kill me and you failed, but I'm proud of you.
But you had your whole heart in it, you know, and that's the important part.
He should have did the Thanos of, like, you should have gone for the head.
He could have, or he could have said what I'm constantly saying, which is, I don't even know who you are. To quote Thanos as I'm watching this. Who's the blue outfit? What's her name again?
Kitana.
Kitana. Okay. And then
Shao Kahn's adopted daughter. I think it's from all the punching. It's just what happens, right?
They do a lot of punching. You are right.
Combatants, only one Earthrealm warrior remains.
Only one Earthrealm warrior. I want to. I'm really truly. I feel like I didn't do a good job last week. Was it last week? Gosh, time flies. Where we were having a good discussion, and I was watching you play, but I wasn't really taking in the story quite enough. I feel like I can do more paying attention.
Okay.
Like just reading the subtitles and stuff like that. Has he always looked like that? Like that Kratos look about him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could say Kratos is the Quan Chi of God of War.
Yeah, he
came first.
Kratos, right?
Yeah, quite significantly so. I think Quan Chi's video game debut was everyone's favorite Mortal Kombat, Mythology Sub-Zero, with the first attempt.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he actually, and that game had the live action cutscene, so it was like a live performer in the Quan Chi makeup. Yeah. One of the many things that game's infamous for. It was not great cutscenes.
A couple, gosh, I feel like it was before Banjo-Kazooie even. I was kind of like, maybe I should play Sub-Zero Mythology. It's like an action game, like for the stream, not just on my own.
Oh yeah, we did one of the very, very earliest episodes of Replay was that game.
Yeah.
Like I remember watching it, like, you know, as a Game Informer and as a Replay fan, and just cracking up at it, because I played it as a kid. I borrowed it from a friend, and I didn't think it was good, but as a kid, you don't realize how terrible it actually is, especially with, like, how much of a Mortal Kombat fanboy I was. I was like, oh, this is so cool, you play an action game as Sub-Zero. And, like, sure, the platforming is garbage, and everything kind of feels like it's out to get you in a bad way, but it's still Sub-Zero in an action game, darn it.
Darn it. Yeah, it's interesting. I always think about that sort of thing about like when you're young, everything's just kind of pretty cool or not as cool, right? There's like things you just sort of understand that you like more than other things, but for the most part, you're just like, yeah, that's all good. But I do remember that game being like an early example of like hearing about it in like 3rd or 4th grade or however old I was, and people being like, no, that game's bad. And I was like, a video game can be bad? I thought all video games were fun and good.
That's so weird that's the first game where your innocence was lost with video games. This is a Mortal Kombat game, like a series that, again, you said you just don't have a lot of history with. That's almost full circle. And did you grade every game by the MK Mythology scale of like every bad game? You're like, well, is it as bad as Mortal Kombat Mythologies?
Well, like, that was more of just like I heard mutterings about it, you know. Right. I rented that this weekend. It sucks, even though I love Mortal Kombat.
Getting my bearings back with MK9.
Yeah, it's gonna take a few attempts.
And a very tough boss fight. Or not even a boss fight, but just the 2-on-1 handicap match. It's not fair, by the way. Shang Tsung not playing by the rules.
Yeah.
Or I guess it's his rules, it's his tournament, but still. Not great. Let's see if I can get something cooking here. Let me cook, Scorpion. Please. No, not like that. No.
Okay. Yeah, this is. I mean, I guess this is the sort of skill check of the story mode, right? Where it's like, it's tough that you have to it's your 1 health meter versus 4 or 2, right? 2 health meters versus 4.
Okay, one's gone. Okay. Okay. There we go. I had to use my enhanced flying kicks to. Oh, each. Why did he do that? That was a waste. Tried to do his extra. Oh my. I forget. Remember that they have a win over me too.
Hey, Marcus.
Nope. Just gonna cut this out.
This is good.
I was saying.
Cheese it up. Cheese it up. I mean, you just gotta do what you gotta do. You know? Oh, jeez.
Just trying to catch him with the low fireball, and it didn't work.
I was just gonna ask you, how's the weather there? You're based in Florida. Is it stormy? Is it cool?
It's stormy.
Fine.
It's kind of like the Hurricane Idalia. I don't know what
it's an odd name.
Yeah, I'm probably mispronouncing it, but it passed through yesterday. But it didn't pass through us. It was pretty far north. So we were never in any real danger. We just kind of got like tropical depression weather all day and still kind of going today. But it was like a very uneventful few hours of very mild terror. Let's say.
Okay. I mean, was it? So it's pretty much it's done at this point, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know where it is, but yeah, it's very much done for me. It was closer to where Wesley lives because he's up in Jacksonville. Like he was more in the flight path of it, but it still wasn't a direct hit to Jacksonville. So I think it's out of the state at this point. I don't know.
Good.
If any other Floridians are in chat, feel free to correct us. Yeah, give us a shout out with some key lime pie. Standard greeting of a Floridian. We give each other slices of key lime pie.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
Yeah, it's great. I love key lime pie. Oh, nope.
I'm trying to decide if you do better sort of thinking about key lime pie. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
tried to shoot.
Oh, that was a good move right there.
Oh my god. Oh, wait, he reached me? No! Get out of there, no!
Oh, you just have to watch that?
Oh, what?
happen?
Yeah, it's like a mind control thing, basically. Ah. Hey, Holly Spice Wolf. God, that was so close. It's so helpless, too. You're just watching him just walk, just present himself to him, basically. And it's so like, yeah, please hit me.
My God, that was rough. Yeah. Oh, that miss? Come on, that's not even fair. All right, now I think I mentioned this last time, but my strategy when I played the Game Boy game was to just jump in the air and do a kick.
I'll try it right now.
That got me through. See, that got me through the whole game, basically.
My secret weapon. The old jump kick. You were pretty good at
famously bad Mortal Kombat game, I think.
So did you? Were you really good at dive kick then? Were you like an Evo level dive kick player? If that's kind of your thing.
No, it only works if you're the only one that knows about the dive kick. If everyone knows about the dive kick, then it's a problem. Then it doesn't work as well.
Exactly. It's like the nuclear arms race. Once everybody has it, it's a problem. I saw Oppenheimer.
Oh, we all know.
I saw it again, actually, Kyle, when I was in Baltimore. I got to see it in the 70mm format.
Oh, for real? Oh,
yeah, the theater, me and my bestie went with a group of friends that they had a theater locally, and it was the last night they were showing it in that format. So it was cool to kind of get to see it in standard and then get to see it in 70mm.
So was it 70mm or 70mm IMAX?
70mm.
Okay, so still an upgrade. Cool.
Yeah, or downgrade. I guess that's how you look at it.
It's like there's standard as far as my understanding of doing all the research ahead of Oppenheimer was like there's just the standard theater experience. Then next up would be IMAX. And then next up, and then like also tied with IMAX is 70mm. And then above that is the very rare, hard to find theater that shows 70mm IMAX.
Gotcha.
So like the 70mm, from what I understand, is like the best resolution. But then IMAX is the larger screen, right? It's like watching something in 4K versus watching something in 1080p on a larger screen. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like IMAX versus 70mm. Like you just kind of, yeah. It's a whole thing.
You saw it in IMAX or regular 70mm?
I did see it in IMAX, yeah.
Okay.
Which I quite enjoyed. How was it watching it again? Was it because it's a long movie, but it's kind of it's a weirdly frantic movie that changes positions a lot. Like it's always kind of like. I mean, was it like boring or was it like even more enjoyable because you had a better grasp of what was happening?
Yeah, definitely the latter, especially with Christopher Nolan movies where it's like, because you know what's happening, you can kind of like almost lay back and enjoy it more because you're not trying to like actively keep up with everything. You're just kind of filling in the gaps, right? Yeah. Like, okay, I know what's happening here. This is almost more laid back thing where you pick up little things. You go like, oh, okay, I understand this better, or I didn't notice this the first time. So I actually probably enjoyed it more. And I like the movie a lot, so.
Yeah, I am ready to watch it again.
Also,
look at Holly Spice Wolf coming in with the subscription. Gifting tier 1 subs.
Thank you. Yes, this is MK 2011 low reser. I noted that the Twitch category says in Mortal Kombat 11, but that's because Twitch doesn't have a category for this game for some reason, so gotta pick something. Yeah, it's
not like this is like.
Also, I like doing that.
Yeah. Okay, you had a good system going.
It makes them look really stupid though.
Yeah, it's not like this is It does make him look stupid. You're right.
All right. Oh no, it's getting.
Well, I was just gonna say, all I was trying to say, which I'm sorry, is that it's not like this is an obscure game. You know, it's not like the forgotten Mortal Kombat. This is like a very important Mortal Kombat that's just kind of hard to play today.
What the? Okay, good jump kick. Good jump kick.
Oh, he's doing the leg sweep. That's Quan Chi does. He'll take like 2 or 3 leg sweeps, but then he
wises up.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good for 2. Scorpion, not there though. He's got a guard for it. It's either he'll block it or he'll do his teleport punch. He's got a.
How easy is it to grab? And is it like you gotta press 2 buttons or?
2 buttons. I don't know if there's a 1-button shortcut like Street. Oh, dang it!
Oh, he punched you really hard in the jaw.
My chest.
Oh, that's where you keep your heart.
That is. I need that for chest things. All important chest things.
You are doing pretty well right now, despite it coming down to the wire. Like this was a good run. You know?
Yeah. Oh, I still got another round. So.
Round 2. Fight.
It ain't over yet, as Liquid Snake. It's not over yet, Snake. It's my he sounded like an Aussie in that impression for some reason. But
Yeah.
I might not over yet.
Nailed it.
A weapon to surpass Metal Gear, mate.
I don't remember it being Australian, but whatever.
It's the Metal Gear shaped like a dingo for some reason.
My big, I don't know if you watch the TV show What We Do in the Shadows.
I haven't. I hear it's good.
It's great. It's a fantastic show. There's an actor named Matt Berry in that show who is just hilarious, and he just has this amazing voice. Like, I feel like to Americans, which I count myself among, I primarily know him from What We Do in the Shadows, but he has like a long history of like BBC sitcoms and stuff like that. But anyway, Matt Berry, I want him to voice Liquid Snake in something. I don't know if it's the movie that dude will never happen, or if there's some Metal Gear Solid animated anime that will happen at some point in the future. Matt Berry needs to play Liquid Snake.
Yes!
Okay. Win.
Thank you. 1 down.
3. Fight.
Okay. Orange Flavor Pop asking, Kyle, have you seen Toast of London?
I haven't, but I've heard nothing but amazing things about it, and that it's actually kind of hard to watch in the States, from what I understand. Andrew Reiner, former editor-in-chief, current friend. That's how I would refer to him. He was telling me about the Toast of London. He was able to track it down and watch it, and was saying that I also need to do the same thing. But I have not watched it. So orange flavored pop, I should, right? But orange flavored pop, if you know who I'm talking about, like, he is Liquid Snake, right? He's like, he should be Liquid Snake. How's it going here? You're doing pretty good, pretty good. I don't want to jinx you.
No!
Oh, he just said the line.
Told me to come here. I don't want to come here.
It'd be funny if in the reboot, I wonder if they're probably not doing this, but like in.
Oh! Sorry, you scared me. When he came in, it scared me.
No, you're fine. I don't even know if it's. Ooh, jeez. Oh, you're leaning on some blocks here. It's
oh, that was lucky. God, he is going crazy with those teleports. I need to get him out of here. He's gonna.
How are you still in it?
I was like,
you died like 10 minutes before that was over.
Spike saying I need more bicycle kicks. I actually think I forgot the input already. I should look that up. I don't know if it would help, but it's right because they both have annoying teleport moves between his teleporting punch and then Quan Chi stomp. He's stomping the yard. I mean, bicycle kick, forward, back. Okay. It'd be great if that just solved everything. Like they just had no defense for the bicycle kick.
I wanted to look up the reception for the Game Boy version of Mortal Kombat, because I've heard that it was like really bad. Like it is far and away the worst way to play Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I probably have seen that, but I definitely have never played it, and would never want to. As a kid, I would know better. It's like, well, I got this on PlayStation. Why would I want to play a Game Boy even if it's on the go? I don't know.
They should bring it to the Nintendo Switch Online.
I remember they actually made a portable version of this game for Vita.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I never played it, but I forgot what it was called. But I think it was Unchained? Mortal Kombat Unchained? That might have been called.
Man, that sounds super right. Mortal Kombat Unchained.
Oh, no, you don't. Not
Oh,
today.
PSP.
Oh, PS. Oh, before.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it
Which
would have released
actually-
before the Vita, right? Vita was
Yeah,
like
that actually makes
2012, right? 20,
Yeah.
something like that.
Apparently, I'm looking up because I wanted to, like I said, I wanted to find out like some reviews of the Game Boy game. Apparently, an NES version was planned. Yeah, Claim was gonna try to port it to NES, the original Mortal Kombat. That seems impossible.
Fight.
Yeah, it was canceled before entering the programming stage.
Yes, you got him with that. You blocked the first part, and then, oh, there you go. Stop the teleport. Nope, not today, sir. Here, have some fire.
Not today.
Heard you're a big fan of fire. I got some for you here. You can compare fire. I did get him before. You get a bicycle kick.
Oh, nice. See, that was that.
And I paid for it with this.
Oh no.
Yeah, you did not like that bicycle kick. Oh, yeah, it makes you break your own neck.
Break your own neck. Good thing. Come on, man. That's not even cool. That's not cool.
Just, one half of the Deadly Alliance that killed Liu Kang in Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, the game. That was the whole storyline, Kyle, was that Quan Chi and Shang Tsung teamed up and they killed Liu Kang, which is how we got zombie Liu Kang for a while.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember 'cause that was like a fun, weird thing. And, right? Was that in...
Shocking, too, at the time. Of like, wow, they
Yeah.
killed the main character, more or less. Like, I remember watching that opening cutscene at the time and just, like, my jaw was on the floor of like, what? They just...
Yeah, why not, man? You know?
I mean, yeah, I respect it. That's a choice.
One. Fight.
Yeah, because he's not like... Yeah, fighting games are weird because it's like... Even if Liu Kang... He's like Mario in Smash Brothers, right? Like, no one's, like, favorite is Liu Kang.
I'd say Liu Kang is... He's not as vanilla as, like, a Mario or, like, a...
Okay.
Like, I think people like Liu Kang a lot.
Like, truly, I love Smash Brothers. If one day they just released a patch and I wasn't really paying attention and they took Mario out of the roster, like he just disappeared from the character select screen, I think it would take me like a long time to notice. Because I never play as Mario. Who plays as Mario in Smash Brothers?
I mean, I don't either. It's funny, because when I was in Baltimore, I was at a party, and we had a really big Smash Ultimate session, and one guy was really good with Mario in a way that I have not encountered in a while.
Yeah,
So-
he's the one. He's the one. He's the only one.
Yeah, he knew how to use that flood. Big flood guy. Which is hilarious, because he straight up told me that he thinks Mario Sunshine's a bad game.
Mario Sunshine's not a bad game. It's just not as good as
It's the worst 3D Mario, but I mean...
worst 3D Mario. But that's still better than like
Most games.
3D
Exactly.
platformers. Most games, really.
Dang it!
Yeah, Mario Sunshine is the one, you know, that like is the only 3D Mario that I didn't get
Yes.
every shine, every star, you know.
Round two.
Congratulations, Marcus.
Okay, one down. Just give me this last one. Get that fist combo. Here, what's up,
Give
Score?
me the old 1, 2, 3.
Oh, yeah, the old 1, 2, 3 on a bicycle kick. Oh! I bicycle kicked into the spear. Oh, and he didn't. Oh, wow, he didn't capitalize. I'll take it.
It's like, yeah, no, if you don't want to.
You don't want it, though.
I like when fighting games let you, if you do well, you get to keep all the health you didn't lose. You know what I mean? Like you have.
Wait, what do you mean?
I'm trying to think of one that does it. Maybe Dead or Alive does it, where like it's just that you have 2 health bars, right? So if you don't lose any health in the first fight, you just start with that health bar. You know what I mean? But
Oh,
here
okay.
you reset. Like it's like all right, we all start from 0 for each match. You know? Yeah, that was
It's
good.
like
Good
Quan
bicycle
Chi.
kick.
He was saving Quan Chi for a while there.
This is going well.
I've almost got my X-ray, which would be great. If I can hit Quan Chi with that and then finish off Scorpion,
Yeah.
that'd be good. Okay.
This is intense.
Get kicked! Yes!
Oh, nice. Good job.
Yes!
Hell yeah. That was great.
I do not.
Ah.
I pity you.
I do not fear you. Oh, he didn't like that. Man, I like how seamless this is. Like, right into a cutscene,
done
you
well,
know?
but the tournament is not yet over.
You know what? I think I see why people like Mortal Kombat single-player campaigns. They're really well done.
Liu Kang. It has been years since an
It's
Earthrealm
been,
warrior
yeah, okay.
has
I'm trying to read
crossed
these.
this
I want to.
far.
I'm trying to take in all these subtitles, you know, and like,
Is far beyond your
They
God,
made
his character model's looking kind of funky.
those textures.
to the lair with you.
He's got some.
To the lair with you? Wait, this feels like he's lost. Why isn't? What's going on?
Oh, I haven't lost, but we got a big challenge up next.
So this is as the winner, he gets to go here.
He's
lair?
effectively advanced to the finals or close to the finals because we got to fight Goro now.
Oh, I thought Goro was like end game kind of thing.
I mean, he basically is, especially in the first tournament. He's like the second to last boss.
But we're not. This is not the end of the game, right?
Oh,
We
no,
beat the
no,
campaign.
no.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, no.
I know who you are. I am
But in the original tournament and like the first game, this like Goro's the penultimate boss and he used to scare me as a child.
He's scary, man. Why wouldn't he?
Like his old character model, like the weird little claymation looking thing, it just looks so creepy and and plus he's so intimidating because it's so hard in that first game.
Yeah. How did they do him back in the day?
Like
The live action.
it was like basically stop motion, like a stop motion clay figure, and they just like kept moving it around. Like I think Ed Boon still has the original Goro model, or one of them. And I know he's saying like it basically looks like crap now because of how many times they had to move it around to capture animations.
So it was like a figure as opposed to because everyone else is an actor.
Yeah, back then all the like monster-y characters like the Shokans, which is Goro's race, like foreign people, and like Motaro were pretty much like figures.
That's cool.
Yeah, I would love to have like I think it's so cool that he has that original Goro. Like I would love to have that.
Well, I feel like Ed has earned it.
Next time, if I ever see him, I'm just gonna ask him like how much.
Yeah.
name
What you want for that?
name your price. I'll
Give you $70.
I got a Scorpion action figure. Do you want that? Do you want an action figure of the thing that you own
I'll trade you.
and
Or
created?
maybe you bring him a Goro action figure.
This one's better. It's newer. You don't want that piece of crap you can hold on to, right?
Liu Kang wins.
Round
How come you have a he has a skull? Did I just miss
Oh,
him
he
winning?
beat. Yeah, he did. He won the first one.
Oh, I
God,
wasn't.
I forget you can't
Oh,
block that.
I was googling to try to remember what he looked like in the original game. I was trying to like get a picture of him.
Yeah, he has so many unblockable moves, Goro. Kind of like area effect, unblockable stuff. You kind of just can only jump out of the way of it.
Oh yeah.
He's got like
Well, you know,
like that.
those
You gotta
extra arms.
just take to the sky, which Liu Kang does have a lot of aerial moves, so that kind of
Yeah.
plays
been
into his
doing pretty
strengths. But then you can't hit him at the air because he'll just like power through it like that.
Yeah, he's brutal, man.
Yeah.
round one.
Yeah, when the first movie came out, and I'm sure anyone that watched the first Mortal Kombat movie can agree that like Goro was nightmare fuel in that movie. Like they had a very impressive looking animatronic that still looks good today, but
Yeah.
that gave me like there was definitely a spree of nightmares I had of Goro, especially the first time you see him, 'cause they introduce him in that movie where he kills this kind of like side character that doesn't matter, but he's like sort of a friend to the main good guys, so they they want to like, okay, we got to kill this expendable guy to establish that this guy's no joke and whatever. And like the way he just like absolutely brutalizes that guy just always stuck with me as a kid. And you feel bad because he looks terrifying. And you're like, there's no way this guy can beat Goro. And he's stuck in this terrible situation where he has to like fight or die basically. And it's just not happening.
I'm pulling up the scene now because I've never seen this movie. Goro
wait,
does look good.
You've never seen the first Mortal Kombat movie?
No, we had this discussion.
No,
last time.
you said the new one. I thought you had seen the original one.
Oh no, I've never seen it.
Oh my God, Kyle.
I'm I'm sorry to disappoint you, because I guess we were talking because I was saying maybe I will watch the recent one as like a good entry point. But I should watch the original first, I guess, right? That's more fun, probably.
That's what I get for trying to spam bicycle kicks. Is this? Oh, look at that.
Yeah, he does. He does look good. Like truly, it's a good looking like.
Puppet, basically.
Yeah, it's like this. I guess this is like post Ninja Turtles, right?
It was 95, the first MK.
Yeah. Yes. Let me double check. I mean, that sounds right. I'm talking as though I have confidence, but.
Okay. Oh, we got a cutscene.
Yeah. 95. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Okay. And you ripped through him. That last fight, I guess, it just is a particularly tough fight. I guess,
It's just 2 bars. You gotta.
So he sent him down to beat Goro.
Yeah, it was like Goro was.
back.
Yeah. See, Shang Tsung thinks that he's like, clearly this guy lost, and he's like, wait.
Shang Tsung,
That's scary.
only one fight remains. Face me.
One fight
in
remains.
Mortal Kombat.
Face me in Mortal Kombat. Oh, he said that. He said the name.
He did say the name. That is the name of the tournament.
Okay, so this, what is happening, right? In terms of like, hey, this is a fun reboot, like a callback to the original game and stuff. Why is he you now? What happened?
Oh, so Shang
He can
Tsung's.
transform, right?
Yeah, Shang Tsung's main power is the ability to take people's souls, and because he has their souls, he has their abilities and change appearance. So that's kind of like his main thing. Especially in the original game, it was like mind blowing because it's like, oh, this guy has the powers of everyone you fought. That's insane and stuff.
That is cool.
That was before that trope, or really before it became a trope in fighting games of like the fighting game boss that has
established
all the
it.
powers.
Right.
Yeah.
Fight.
But the idea is like you're playing this game, you love the original Mortal Kombat. Right now we're being fooled into thinking that like, oh, we're at the end, right? Like we've played through the tournament. This is the final fight.
Yeah.
It's not, right? But that's what you're supposed to think as the sort of as the player.
Yeah, especially because you're like, okay, this is pretty much going the way it did before. Like, yeah, Liu Kang beat Goro, and now he's fighting Shang Tsung, and we know that Liu Kang would win. So you're kind of waiting for like, what's gonna change here? It's like something has to change, right?
Yeah.
Say it.
Say it. Say Mortal Kombat.
I concede.
I can see.
Well done, my friend.
Hey, everyone's nodding.
Saved Earth.
Good times. Yes, saved Earth. I like the idea that the villain is like, yeah, you guys win. I'm not gonna do what I said I was gonna do.
Please don't hit me again. Let's all go home, guys. We tried.
You don't have to kill me, but you know, we agreed to this.
Oh, Katana looking back.
Is she looking at Liu Kang?
Oh,
she
yeah.
She have a little crush on that guy.
I like.
Oh wait, have I been saying it wrong? It's Raiden, right?
Raiden, yeah.
Okay, I think I said Raiden a few times.
Hmm.
Sorry to disrespect you, Raiden.
Yeah, he hears everything. Don't get too close to me with that hat, Kung Lao.
Is that bad? It's
So
still
yeah,
broken?
the more that it shatters, the more that means that like you're getting closer to the fate that you're trying to change.
Failed me.
So he kind of checks on it now and again of like, oh, if it stops cracking, I'm doing everything good, right? But it cracked there, so he's like, uh-oh.
Lost.
Okay, now who's this guy I recognize? He's the big bad?
He's the big bad.
Did he not get introduced till the Mortal Kombat 2 back in the day?
Yeah.
Okay. So that was the big sort of twist of Mortal Kombat 2 is this guy showed up.
Yeah, you're like, oh, Shang Tsung's he's working for somebody.
It's like a Darth Vader situation.
Katana.
Yeah.
Continue.
So we're pretty much in the Mortal Kombat 2 storyline now.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, I guess that makes sense that they would just go. For some reason, I was like, oh, it'll only cover, it'll only reboot the events of the first game. It's like, no, we'll keep going with the story.
Yeah, it pretty much does the first 3 games, which is why the roster is that roster.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's a cool outfit. I like it.
Yeah. Can you unlock it?
I think so. I think it's an alternate.
What's up with that dragon? What's up with the Mortal Kombat logo? Is that like a monster in the world?
The Elder Gods are supposed to be dragons.
Okay.
So,
And the
yeah.
Elder Gods are like Raiden and...
Well, yeah, but they're like above Raiden 2 somehow.
Okay.
But they're like the tippy top in terms of deities.
The tippy top.
If not Liu Kang.
Though we found out in 11 that there's someone above them,
Not sure anybody could.
which is the...
There's always a bigger fish.
I mean, it's like Dragon Ball, right? Like, it's always got the escalation of, like, there's someone bigger than the person you thought was number one.
Yeah.
Shang Tsung, you have been revitalized, I see.
I like where Dragon
I
Ball
didn't
is
realize
now
your
these
master
days,
was
where
in the
they're just
habit
like,
of rewarding
it's
failure.
just a straight up like the god of gods of gods.
It's like, I see no reason to participate in any
Pretty
plan
much,
of
yeah.
yours.
The Emperor proposes.
I mean, that's why they had to do MK1. You're like, oh, we can't go higher than this, so we kind of need to reboot this again.
Yeah.
If Earthrealm does not win,
So we got Shang Tsung in his young man form here.
Wait, is this the past?
No, it's the present. It's that Shang Tsung will, he can do that with his magic, and Shao Kahn basically granted him youth as a gift. That's why Raiden was like, oh, looks like Shao Kahn hooked you up. Which is weird. I thought he would kill you for failing, but I guess he got out of that somehow.
Okay, so I'm sorry. I guess I kind of already missed a little bit here. So he failed.
And then
Shang Tsung.
and then before Shang Tsung was gonna kill him, Shang Tsung said like, I got an idea. I got a plan. Let's try this plan.
And this is the okay.
and this is the
So
plan.
why were they having just a friendly conversation for a moment?
Because they didn't know. They're like, what are you doing here? And stuff. And he's like,
Oh,
oh,
okay.
yeah, I'm just coming to visit. You know? See you guys having a party, thinking that you won. Let me show you something about winning.
Ow.
Not Jax.
Is it Bracca? Is that a
Oh,
that guy's name?
Baraka.
Baraka? Right, that was a bunch of Barakas, right?
Bunch of yeah. His race are called Tarkatans, and
Oh,
Baraka.
okay.
Baraka is like the leader basically.
Oh, okay.
Tsung's taken her. We've got to find her.
We must follow
Man,
them.
they didn't get a
Shang
chance to
Tsung
even
has
catch
made
their
it clear
breath.
that Earthrealm will be under constant threat unless I agree to a new tournament.
What? So what? He just has to do another tournament? Like,
Yep.
Another vision? Yes.
another
I
vision.
saw
Okay.
Liu Kang win the proposed tournament. I believe we must attend. But my earlier vision of your victory over Shang Tsung was not the solution. I
So
sought.
Liu Kang, he just had a vision that
This
Liu Kang is
repetition
gonna
must show an event
gonna win again
to change.
Yeah.
against
Perhaps he must
Skullface.
win reverse.
He's Shao Kahn. Yeah.
Shao Kahn.
I like Skullface
Hear
though.
me, elder gods. I accept the terms proposed.
But he's
by
kind of
Shao
cautious of
Kahn.
like, well, it said that you won the first one, but apparently that was wrong. So you're kind of like, we need to win to save Earth, but like, but we're not supposed to. He's still trying to figure out like, what am I supposed to do here? You know?
This feels like very much like a best 2 out of 3 response. It's like, well, I wanted to do a tournament, and then the good guys won, and then the bad guys was like, oh, actually, we need to do another tournament.
Yeah, he's like, we gotta run that back. Actually, it's like when you're playing with a friend that like usually beats you at fighting games, and then you finally get the one victory over them. You think that would be enough because it's like, hey,
Yeah.
man, you still won more than me. I got the one, but they're like, no, we gotta run that back. Like they just
gotta do
can't.
it again.
They can't take that one loss. That was lucky. We need to run that back now.
And we have a
So he failed, and then he gets the reward of being able to be young again?
Yeah, I mean, he came up with a good idea of like, hey, we can get.
They
We could
failed
coerce them
upward.
into another tournament, right?
There's Baraka. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, he's got the most teeth.
He has a lot of teeth. And then he's got scary arm blades, too.
Yeah, he's like Deadpool from that bad Wolverine movie.
Everyone's favorite. I've never understood, like, I've always wanted to see, like, an anatomy chart of a Tarkatan, because I don't know where their arm blades, like, it feels like they don't have enough arm to store those. Like, where are they situated in their, like, arm bones, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, they're like, the same length as their arm, and he's really beating the crap out of me. Also, I've never been a big Jax player either, and that's my excuse for this.
Is Jax kind of a hits hard, moves slow kind of guy?
I would say move slow, but yeah, roughly.
Round 2.
I just don't like those.
Fight.
I mean, I've just never been a fan of that template. Of
He's very
fighter in
focused-
any fighting game.
He's very focused on grabs, and
Right.
I've never been a
Yeah.
big grabby guy. Like that's why I don't really use Zangief in Street Fighter. It's just not my style. Or,
Right, yeah.
or Manon in Street Fighter 6, even though she's like super OP.
But yeah, I just always like the quick, the fast.
Wait,
like
hold
those
on.
are my characters that I always like to play as.
See, he's got like the ground pounds. Like, but he does have a cool grab where he grabs you and he goes, "Gotcha!" and then he punches you a few times. That is pretty cool. But let's see if we can do a gotcha grab.
Yeah, checking in.
There
on
we
the
go.
chat Here. What tournament number are we on now? I guess it asks Changelini. I guess for the whole shebang. Because this is the second tournament, I guess, right in the timeline reboot.
Yeah.
Ant-Man King is saying that they think it's about the 11th. And Ant-Man King knows what they're talking about. They've been throwing in a lot of Mortal Kombat factoids.
Round 1. Fight.
Yeah, think of this as a Mortal Kombat. That's what you were saying, Marcus. A mashup of the first 3 games for a new generation, basically. Yeah.
Shao Kahn, by the way, sitting back there looking all scary.
Yeah, he's got man split hard.
He actually is. Yeah, he's just. That looks like that'd be uncomfortable after a while. Like,
And that's like a He-Man tiger that he has back there, right?
a He-Man? Oh, I can't see him. Brock
Yeah.
won't let me.
What is
Trying
that
to.
tiger's
Oh
name?
yeah, like a weird saber tooth.
Battle Cat.
Oh,
yeah, you know.
Battle Cat. He's got like four eyeballs though. I don't think Battle Cat at least.
Oh.
I look at that thing.
Isn't Battle Cat, the story there is that they had like a cat figure that they had the sort of model for, and they just gave it weird colors, and they're like, done. It's a He-Man character.
Yes, get punched.
Nice. Jax wins.
Look at him kissing his biceps too.
Round 2.
Okay, that was your first win. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
what a man.
He also looks like who's Ozymandias' cat in Watchmen.
Oh my god, I haven't seen Watchmen. I don't think I've seen Watchmen since it was in theaters. Actually, I think I've only seen
Bastus.
the one time. Yeah.
Oh, you didn't watch the HBO show?
No, I still haven't. It's
Great.
in the long
Really
list
good.
of things to circle back to.
Yeah. That might be a one and done thing, right? Because it's always kind of like,
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Give me that back. Look at that. I learned that from
Yeah.
Bane.
yeah, that is a whole Bane thing. You haven't been able to do a lot of X-rays. You just end up killing the bad guys before you can even X-ray it.
That was a good one-liner from Jax there, by the way.
Oh, what did he say? I was looking away.
He said you shouldn't be running with those.
Do you and she do anything
That's
other
good,
than
that's good.
rescue
Good
one
job.
another?
So he wants Sonia. Where's Sonia? Who's this guy? So that's Lizard. Man? Who's he?
Reptile.
Reptile. Okay. In the past, he was like the green version of Scorpion, I guess.
Yeah, like the Green Palace Wall. He was the original Mortal Kombat secret character.
Reconvene later.
Oh, that's cool. He
We
looks
get-
very timid.
Uh-oh.
What was that all about? I think we should follow.
Uh-oh. Oh, there's
okay?
okay.
Sonia Blade. She is to be executed.
Sonya Blade.
My powers are compromised here in Outworld, but I will be
My
able
powers are
to transport us
compromised.
near
Oh, so
enough
so you're not on Earth anymore. You've traveled to Outworld to participate in this tournament.
Yeah. And one of the reasons it's like, well, let's do it on our home turf. And they know that Raiden's not as powerful in Outworld, so they're like, okay, we got an advantage this time, right?
I will
Holly
inform
Spice
you
Wolf
of
says,
the
a
instant
He-Man cat? A kit he? Like kitty? But kit
Oh
he?
boy.
This is just like my movie.
Actually,
plans
Kid
today.
He makes more sense
Going
than
around and
Give it a
trying
rest,
like
will ya?
He-Man or Catman. Thundercats. They should just call it the Thundercats Kitties.
Kitties.
It's not like that. I'm her CO.
I'm her CO. What is a CO?
Commanding
officer, right?
officer,
Fine,
yeah.
you'll want to
Okay,
stop
yeah, so-
talking now.
Johnny's like, you guys dating? Because I would like to do
But if
that.
it's not like that, then you won't mind if I.
That's it. Time somebody shut you the
Oh,
hell up.
Johnny.
And now
we'll
we're
never
fighting
forget
over
his
Sonya
name.
Blade.
That's funny. I'm into this, though. I like that it's like, you know,
Silly.
yeah, that it's like dumb, right? In a nice way.
It's like, hey,
It's
are you hitting on my friend?
I'm gonna have to fight you,
And I don't-
It's gonna
and I
be a
don't-
level.
Exactly. I don't like you, sir. Like blacksmith just back there sharpening his things. I like that we're in like an outworld smithing. Like there's a guy walking in the background, just, like moving some stuff.
I know he's at work. Like this. Is
Yeah,
like,
they're literally
just
at
like
work right now. Look, I also like what they did. I forgot about this. What they did with the MK logo of like, oh, it's like a thing that's being forged.
That was cool. It's a good logo, man.
It's
like,
a pretty. It might honestly be the coolest video game logo. Like, there's probably other ones, but in terms of like when I look at it and go like, yeah, like it's up there.
That's an interesting question because like I don't even like we've firmly established in this series. I'm not a Mortal Kombat person, but even I have to give it up for that logo. Like they haven't like for all that they are willing to change about Mortal Kombat through the years, the logo has not been one of them because they're like, look, we nailed that. We do not need to adjust this at all.
That. Yeah, chat. Let us know. Is the Mortal Kombat logo the best video game logo, or any other ones?
Yeah, I mean
the Street Fighter doesn't really have a logo.
Yeah, there's not a lot of like icons. Right?
Yeah, like
Zelda,
Zelda has the Triforce, but is that the logo? I mean, I guess it's like the de facto logo, but
I wouldn't really, and I would put as much as I love Zelda, the Mortal Kombat. I mean, is a more sort of iconic logo than the Triforce.
Right.
Though on the Metroid Screw Attack, that's like that. Yeah, that's pretty good.
How you like that, Mr. A-list?
Like it's like the S, right? Is that what I'm thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's up there. It's not Mortal Kombat though. Oh, they're done. They're like, look, we're fine. I mean, I know it looked like we were murdering each other and there was a lot of blood, but
And then Raiden stepped in and said, "All right, guys, knock it off."
Wait, isn't she a bad guy?
Gonna
She
have
is.
to ask nicer than that.
He's like, man, I was
Just
fighting
immediately into
somebody.
another fight. And all it's weird because all she did was say, "Hey, you guys aren't allowed to be here." Like,
Yeah.
Like he could have just been like, "Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. We'll take her leave."
Logo. We just wanted to look at this cool logo. Duke Faison says Serious Sam. That's not bad. That's like the bomb, right? Like
The Half-Life
just-
logo. Is that a cool one?
Half-Life is good. I do like that one. But even
What
that
is
like,
it actually? Not a thing. What is that logo actually?
It's actually
math,
a symbol.
right?
Yeah, well, it's a symbol that is used with like the battery or the lifespan of like nuclear devices and stuff like that. That's like what the Half-Life is referencing, I believe.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly. The Greek letter, it's a Greek letter, and is radioactive decay. Is a radioactive decay constant used in the Half-Life equation.
I forgot that Jax has a Superman punch. That's a good move. Oh, you know what I thought of a good one? The Assassin's Creed logo. That one's pretty. The Assassin's Creed is pretty
good.
Yeah, it's a
a
good
more
logo.
recent one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Holly Spice Wolf says GTA lettering. That's more of a font.
Yeah,
right?
they don't
Like
really.
like a.
Exactly. Yeah, lettering I don't think counts because it's like they don't have like a logo. Like think of
Yeah.
something like if the video game was a superhero, what would be on their chest?
Yeah, right.
You know?
Like what is the symbol that? It's not. There's no text, but you know what it is.
Like if Rockstar was gonna announce GTA 6, they can't do a spotlight that's just Grand Theft Auto spelled out. Like it's got to be a logo in the sky, like the bat signal, right?
Yeah.
Like Mortal Kombat, it'd be like Mortal Kombat 1, and then you see the dragon symbol over Chicago. And you're like, oh yeah, Mortal Kombat's here. Oh, don't
So yeah, no doubt that GTA font is iconic. They own that. I bought like some house, like one of those like a filter or something, and the brand was like using that font. Like it looked like the GTA font. And I was like, man, you guys can't use that. Like that belongs to Rockstar. You can't take that.
Yeah, especially as litigious as Rockstar is.
Yeah, right.
I'm surprised they haven't gotten on that yet. Maybe they did, depending on how long ago this happened.
Yeah, so I think I bought it like 5 or 6 years ago.
Those people have since been executed. And they're in an unmarked grave somewhere. Big fan of
Mario-
Jade, by the way. I like Jade. One of my favorites to use.
Wrong place, wrong
I'm frequently impressed by how seamless this game is. Like I like how it just like there's no black loading screen or anything. Like the fight ends and it's like the cutscene just plays seamlessly, and then
Yeah.
like same entering into a fight is cool.
And where
Like
we
they
must
basically
go.
just sort of spin the camera around.
Let's do it.
Sang Master calls out the Mario mushroom. That's another. That one's pretty solid.
See, I don't know
Like,
if it's
that
the
one-
is the
that's good.
mushroom the logo or is it the M? I feel like I would think of the M before. Because Mario has so much, but it's like they don't have like a single logo. They just have
No,
a lot of recognizable things.
They super do. Like if you Google like Mario mushroom, like this one's actually pretty good. Like this one's been around for a while.
But is that the logo of Mario?
I mean, it's like associated with it, I guess.
Well,
right?
that's saying like so is like the superstar and stuff. Like it wouldn't
Yeah,
just
I
be
guess
the
so.
Mario M that's on his hat.
Well, see, now we're just getting into an argument of what constitutes a logo, I guess. Right?
Look at Jax, by
who's
the way.
this
Look at, just random guard. Now he falls into a pad of just a big old thing of acid, and
And,
he's not going to be in Mortal Kombat 1.
yeah, so those guys are all. These guys are not fighters.
They are the putty patrol of Mortal Kombat, basically. Look- all right, the Deadpool classic Mortal Kombat 2 stage, one of my favorites because it always, back in the old days in MK2, it had a cool stage fatality where if you would uppercut someone over the edge and they would fall in the acid, and then their like melted skeleton would rise up and just sort of float along, and you're just like, oh my god, okay.
Was
And
that
it-
a thing in Mortal Kombat 2? Is like specific stages would have their own dedicated fatalities?
Well, that was the thing in Mortal Kombat 1, but it was in MK1. It was pretty much just the pit, where if you
Right.
knock someone, they fall into the the pit of spikes, really famous stage. And then MK2 had the Deadpool as sort of the new one, and then I think MK3 was where they introduced the second pit. It was called like the Pit 2, and it was
Okay.
pretty much the same thing, but it was there was also the one too. Zang Master pointed out there was the pit with the roof spikes. But it's funny. I was replaying Mortal Kombat Deception a bit because this will be a tease for Super Replays, future Super Replays. But I got an AC to HDMI adapter to stream some PS2 stuff one day.
Oh, nice.
And I was testing MK Deception. I played a few rounds, and like I said, Deception's my favorite of the 2000s MK games. But that game's had really cool stage fatalities where they really emphasized it, where there were like multiple zones in some stages where like, hey, if you knock them into this thing in the right way, they'll just like fall into a meat grinder, or just like something will happen where you would just instantly win the match. Like it was kind of them almost taking a cue out of Soul Calibur's book of like, hey, Soul Calibur, you can just knock people off the stage all the time and instantly win the match. What if we just did that, but a little bit more elaborate?
I do like the ring out thing, because it's like you hate it when you're victim to it, but you love it when you're take advantage of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like it does a good job at that. You know, it's like there's the threat of your health bar going down. But there's also the threat of being too close to the edge of the stage. You know?
Yeah. Also, real quick, back to the logo discussion. Rexamillion calls out the Gears of War logo, like the skull.
Yeah, that's
pretty good.
honestly, that might be one and two.
Oh, you really like that
Kombat
one?
and Gears of War.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's like a skull, you know, and it's in a gear. You're like, I know
What more
that
can
is.
you ask for?
What more can you ask for?
Would you get that tattooed? I think that's the ultimate test. It's like, is it cool enough to where you'd be like, I get a tattoo of that?
Oh, but presuming that I like Gears of War a lot. I
Right.
guess is what
Yeah,
you're
I guess so.
saying. Yeah. Yes, I think that would, like, if I loved Mortal Kombat, I would want that dragon logo. If I loved Gears of War, I would get that. If I loved Mario, which I do, would I get the little mushroom thing?
Well, you
Probably
love
not.
Zelda.
I'd probably come up with something different.
Well, you love Zelda. Would you get a Triforce like every other gamer to get a Triforce somewhere on your body?
Yeah, I mean, that would probably be the one to do, right? The Triforce.
I knew a guy in high school that went all the way where he was a big Zelda guy. Or not high school, but college. And he got this super cool, he got an entire arm sleeve of Zelda. And it was just this super colorful, like super intricate, basically like collage of just like all these different elements from different Zelda games of like, oh, here's something from Ocarina, here's something from like Minish Cap, here's a Twilight Princess thing, and it just like whoever did it, I don't know if he designed it or the artist did, but it looked incredible. And it was like, man, I don't have tattoos, and I've always been indifferent to them. Like, I just never really thought about getting one, but I was like, man, that would be one that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah,
Like, it's a pretty nice one. It's like, and I love Zelda too, so.
I'm not a tattoo person. I don't foresee a future where I ever have a tattoo.
Okay, you heard it here first, folks. So when Kyle gets one, you can play this tape back and be like, well, you said. You can get him in a gotcha moment, much like Jax did there. Oh, I got Shiva. That's.
Oh, this is you're doing good though.
I'm doing good. There we go. Yeah,
Yeah,
I got the enhanced gotcha. Throw in her face.
Yeah, this is I just realized you're just like walking down a hallway and just like everyone in your way. You're just like punch.
Yeah. I still like that Jax is a one-liner for everything. Like, I know he like Johnny's the comedy guy, but Jax is like he's funny without
one-liner
being.
guy.
He's like a cool funny where like he actually is like a badass where he just says something like, "Guess those extra arms don't help" or something like, I don't know.
He's
You know.
always got something.
Technology.
I mean, that's why he got his own spin-off game.
We need to confront the source
Wait,
of
Jax
the
had a
signal.
spin-off game?
We might discover the one.
Yeah, it was after
Oh, on
the subs-
PlayStation, right?
I have a copy of it. I've beaten that game. It's bad.
bad.
It was following up the Sub-Zero game of like, well, let's try again. Let's do another MK adventure game focused on a character, and it's called Special Forces. It's got a hilarious.
I do remember this.
It's got a hilarious opening cinematic, but the game is not good at all.
God, this just has never worked. It seems like it should work, right? Take an iconic character from a fighting
Oh!
game
Smoke.
Chapter 7. and give them their own game. It just never works. Has there ever been one that was like fun or good or successful?
Let us proceed.
Well, Shaolin Monks got there. Even though that's a little bit more of a beat 'em up, like a co-op beat 'em up, but it is an adventure game. It's
That's
just
probably the closest, right?
yeah. I mean, that game's good.
Only they had been more
Like,
forthcoming with the details of your
Everyone wants them to either do a sequel or just remaster that one because it's never been ported.
He will tell
Right,
us
and do like
what he
just a
knows.
good couch co-op like Mortal Kombat. It's like that was like one of those things like again, I feel like a broken record, but it's like not a Mortal Kombat guy, but I remember when that came out, I was like, this feels right. Like this is what this franchise should do with a spin-off, you know? A beat 'em up with these characters, absolutely.
Especially because that game was also a retelling of the first two games.
Was it really?
Yeah, so it was like a fun way to like experience the story in a completely different format.
He was foolish to send his house.
God, these women just always like come in from stage right and are like, we're gonna fight now.
Hey, you're not allowed here. This is our beach.
This is our shipwreck beach.
Yeah, these bodies, don't touch them. We own all these bodies that we slaughter.
Smoke's little face logo in the corner is so different. He's got like.
Well, he's
hair
not.
on him.
Well, he's in his work uniform right now. That's like his. You know, he hasn't let his hair down yet.
Right.
Yeah, you know, he's on a mission. He's on a sneaking mission, Snake.
There was a Tekken PS2 game like
hold on.
Nina. That's a character?
Oh,
right?
Death by Degrees, the
Yeah.
Nina Williams game, which I've never
Right, yeah.
played, but I've heard it's not good.
Yeah, I've heard it's bad.
But it's funny, Tekken was always doing single player modes too for like at least in Tekken 3 where they had the Tekken Force thing, which were also just very bland beat 'em ups where you just ran through
Yeah.
like hallways and just punched soldiers basically until it ended. So they were one of the early ones of trying to do something different of like a separate story mode. But yeah, they
And then there's the long held rumor, which I don't think I think it's even beyond rumor at this point, that Shenmue began as like a single player game where you played as Akira. Is that the virtual fighter character? Yeah.
the Ryu looking
Akira
guy.
Yuki. Yeah, and then they just had some point where like let's just not make it have anything to do with virtual fighter. Which is why the combat in Shenmue is actually is probably closest to virtual fighter because it started as a virtual fighter spin-off. So like with that asterisk, that might be the most successful one, maybe.
Heck, yeah. Yes, yeah, you say with a big asterisk. Also, Duke Phase on saying I bought Death by Degrees after seeing the replay episode on it.
Oh, really?
glad they could help, I guess. Also, I'm trying to remember Smoke because Smoke isn't in very many games despite being really popular. He is going to be in MK1, which is nice, but he hasn't been in the game since this one actually. But he was one of my favorites in this game, especially just because he's just got really fun moves, like great misdirection and like trippy stuff of like being able to turn into smoke and phase past people.
Yeah.
Doing this thing where you like trying to catch her with it, but you can like throw a smoke ball and she just goes flying and then you can catch her in an uppercut.
I do like Smoke's look. Like, I like the sort of scorpion look, but with like all black. I think it looks cool.
In the you can see it here, but in the like the 2D games, he always had like smoke coming out of him, like just puffs of smoke constantly emitting from his body.
Yeah, right.
Which I always thought was cool. I don't understand how that works. Like, I mean, I guess that's most Mortal Kombat powers. Like, I don't understand how he makes smoke powers. Like, is he born with that? Is it like, is he the only one that can learn it? Because he's part of Sub-Zero's clan.
I guess they just have elemental abilities. Yeah.
I guess, or at least those two. Is smoke an element? Is that just fire?
Good question.
Yeah, byproduct of fire. But I guess it's like Avatar, like the last Airbender. He's like you know how like firebenders could also, like, if they trained really good, they could do lightning too.
Right, and like blood bending and stuff like that.
Yeah, like maybe he's like a firebender, but he's like, I'm real good with smoke specifically.
Yeah. Yeah, that could be it. I mean, I'm surprised. It is one of those things that there probably is an answer, right? Because the lore for Mortal Kombat is pretty well defined, isn't it?
Yeah. There's someone in chat probably that knows. You guys are nerds like us, Mortal Kombat nerds. Oh, I forgot it. I love this scene so much. Sorry, we gotta watch this.
The whole army toting these. No one in Outworld or Earthrealm can stand up.
The whole army toting these. No one else. Oh, they have rocket launchers?
It's so weird to see Shang Tsung holding a rocket launcher. Because he's not from Earth. It's like like Kano is like the arms dealer from Earth, and he's like, hey, check these things out. And he's just like the weird soul-sucking sorcerer holding a RPG, like, oh, this is kind of cool.
I like we're about to fight, aren't we?
Well, we're gonna fight.
Oh, this place is cool. I like
Oh,
faces
the
on
Living
trees.
Forest. Yeah, the Living Forest is one of the... Again, another old school MK stage that they reimagined, but as a kid, it used to scare me because the trees look scary in the old games. And they still look scary in this game, but they also used to roar. In like MK3, they'd be like, roar, like every now and then, and it's just like, oh, I don't like that.
I don't like it. I like how, who's this? Kano. It was like, oh, with these rocket launchers, we'll be unstoppable. And then someone shows up and he's like, I was like, I'm gonna fight you now. And it's like, you just were bragging about your rocket launcher. Why didn't you just shoot him with a rocket launcher?
He wasn't ready, okay? He's like, oh, the safety's on.
He literally just shot a rocket. Oh, that was a cool one. I like that.
Round 2. Fight.
He also has this vibrating move that I think if he vibrates and you shoot projectiles,
Smoke?
I think I think it basically projectiles pass through him, I believe. So he's like the Flash.
Yeah,
He's got a lot of...
Controversial.
Oh yeah, I forgot he have invisibility. I forgot Smoke could do that. Hold on, there we go. Oh wait, hold on. He stopped me. Get out of here. I'm trying to turn invisible, sir. Stop it.
He really doesn't want you to turn invisible.
I guess I don't blame him. Hold on,
That seems like a tough move to like take advantage of, because once you get hit, you're not invisible anymore.
Yeah, which makes sense,
So
because then it, which Reptile was the first fighter to have invisibility. Like that's the thing that made him kind of like broken back in the day, because he was like straight up invisible. It wasn't like the 3D models where you can kind of see him. It's like, no, he's just gone. So like
That just seems...
you still have to know where he is if you're the player, right? Like you still have to keep the positioning in mind, but otherwise you're like, I'm just gonna punch and kick and hope I get him.
Yeah, that seems like...
It's like, oh my god, he does not want me to do it.
Like, if you're playing against somebody, like, you can ultimately both see who the invisible person, right? Is there a lot of advantage there? I guess it's just how you use it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good dodge.
Yeah. Also, Smoke hit that sick German suplex in his X-ray.
Oh boy, this is tough. I spent too much time trying to be invisible.
I know. But I can do this. Woo! Oh, he thought I was like, alright, here we go. There we go, I'm invisible! It's like Drax. Where am I?
See, I don't know. That seems like a lot of effort for not a lot of payoff. I don't know if that's a great move.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I was wondering, like, competitively, if you're like an Evo level MK player, dude,
Yeah.
does an invisibility attack, is that like meta basically? Like, is that actually good for ultra competitive play, or is it just more of a fun thing you could do? Like, what's the optimal way to take advantage of that?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess getting behind someone and doing some crazy move that they just won't see coming.
Yeah, if you got like an X-ray sword, maybe you can't really plan for it visually.
Kano's got an X-ray. He's got one saved up. Don't use it.
Won't use it. His X-ray should just be him picking up that rocket launcher again and doing what he should have did a long time ago. Whoops. Here, get teleport. Get that.
That is a good move. I like that. Throws him up in the air. It looks like it's kind of hard to pull off, though, huh?
Kind of throws it at their feet. Let's see what else does he have?
And then you have to like you have to make sure you're taking advantage of of him being in the air. I guess.
Oh yeah, you gotta catch him. So he's vulnerable in the air, so. This is a close one. Oh, what? Oh, boy. All right. Oh, I was just about to throw the smoke and his stupid body ball,
Round 2.
whatever he calls it.
Fight.
Red Cord, I know it's not MK11, but there's no Twitch category for MK9, so I gotta pick something. Blame Twitch, not me. It's so weird
Sorry,
that
Red Cord.
every other MK game, even like remasters and stuff, like they all have a Twitch category, but 2011 Mortal Kombat has nothing.
Because it's just called Mortal Kombat, right?
Yeah, but then just Mortal Kombat on Twitch is MK1, like original MK1.
Yeah. I wonder.
Massive oversight.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Also, ooh, don't like what he did there. Oh, I grabbed. He wasted his X-ray. He missed.
Mortal Kombat 11, 1, X, XL, 3, Armageddon, Shaolin Monks, Trilogy, Deception, 2, Deadly Alliance, Mortal Kombat 4 versus DC, Special Forces. We were just talking about that.
Yeah, exactly.
Mortal Kombat Onslaught.
It's like, I think so. But yeah, the problem with this game just being called Mortal Kombat is that just Mortal Kombat is already taken on Twitch by the original game, and then now we
Yeah,
have.
look at that. And it's not, and they don't call it 9 or anything, right?
No, not officially.
Because that's right. That's what it is.
It is MK9.
It is
yes.
the 9th, but like that's the colloquial name for it, right? That's like, sort of like everyone calls it Mortal Kombat 9, but that's not the official name, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, 10, 11, no 9.
Yeah.
Weird. I
You
guess
just got
it's truly,
smoked.
It's truly that that they can't put another Mortal Kombat. Like they can't. They truly. That's like that name is already there. We can't put another name there. Oh, hey, Reptile was invisible, just like you promised.
Despite
to.
his failure at my tournament, I'll wager he was more powerful than you.
So wait, is Smoke a good guy?
Assuming
Or
his
is,
form
like,
will
He's a
not
good
give
guy.
you his skill shapeshifter.
but he's from that ninja clan,
Right.
the
Well,
face mask.
The Lin Kuei, which I mean they're not the only face mask clan because the Scorpions clan is too. The Shirai Ryu.
Right. It's just
They're
that's
like
just,
rival clans. Yeah.
That's just what ninjas wear in this world.
That's
Oh,
just-
you got another. This one is the other one is 2 fights. Huh?
Got some ninja on ninja violence.
Reptile
Reptile's
seems cool.
technically not part. He's not really a ninja. He just kind of looks like one.
He's just a cosplayer.
He's from a. Yeah, he's part of a lizard clan.
The old Lizard Clan. Wasn't Sub-Zero executed in the first episode of the Super Replay?
I think this might be the other one at this point.
Chain
His
Whip-
brother.
Chain Whip says
So
the
he-
Mortal Kombat. What if I typed in the Mortal Kombat?
That'd be great if that's what it was, just the in caps. The Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, no, that's not it. That's not there. Marcus is not lying.
I spent time looking. Like I typed in every possible variation that it could be of like what else could you call this game to
Yeah.
differentiate it, and then everything I typed just nothing. I was googling it. I was trying to find like forums of like, am I the only one that's discovering that this is a problem? Like surely someone like there has to be people. I was trying to find other Twitch streamers streaming it to see what
Yeah.
they put as the category, and a lot of them actually did MK11 or like the Mortal Kombat 1, like original Mortal Kombat. But no one had a category for this game, so like, I did my due diligence, guys.
You did, man. I want to see because Giant Bomb, I believe, is also currently playing it. What did they list it as? It looks like they used the original Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
Is when they.
So I gotta message Jeff to be like, what did you guys do?
Well, that's what they did. Just did the original Mortal Kombat. Is what they did. Like, or we
Actually,
went with 11,
I should have
one.
done that at the beginning. It's just DM Jeff Grubb. I'm like, hey, what did you guys pick? I can't find anything.
They're right. Yeah.
Also, like that they for Reptile, his anatomy looks different.
Oh, really?
Because Reptile is green. Like, Reptile has always had green blood. And I like that they show, like, his organs are, like, kind of purpley, and he's got the green blood just to, like, oh, yeah, like, he's a different race, so he would be different.
That is cool. That's
Good
I like
attention
that
to detail.
Yeah, that's cool. Like, they didn't have to change it up too much, but just the fact that they were, like, you know.
Yeah, let's don't slide like that. To me.
This is a no slide fight. We established that.
Okay, there's no cha-cha slides here.
Uh-oh.
This isn't a wedding. Or a
What if
barbecue.
you guys both win? What if you guys both win?
I think it's just whoever. Oh, yeah, we should. Let's see who's the master of being invisible. Oh, boy. I guess him.
I guess him.
Settled that real quick.
That smoke move is cool. They get behind them. That seems useful.
Yeah, I like.
Oh wow, he really is the master of invisible. Like, you weren't kidding.
The Kevin Bacon of Mortal Kombat. It's a Hollow Man reference for everyone.
Oh, I was wondering what you were getting at. Yeah. I thought you meant like.
Everyone knows Hollow Man, the Kevin Bacon's finest work, right?
Yeah,
Right?
directed by someone notable whose name is not coming to me right. Yeah, the director of RoboCop, Paul Verhoeven.
Oh, I did not know that.
Hollow Man. The old robot cop.
You ever see the RoboCop reboot? 'Cause I always forget that movie exists because I've never seen it.
Yeah, it's got Michael Keaton. Right?
Does it? I know nothing about it other than the design of the new world. I was reminded of it recently because I wrote like a RoboCop story for that game.
Oh, right, there's a new RoboCop game.
But it's based on like OG RoboCop.
Yeah.
When I was looking up something for the series, I saw like all the films and I saw the new one. I was like, oh right, they did reboot that thing, didn't they? And I guess it just came in wings and we never got a sequel to it.
Yeah, that's I think I referenced it a lot.
Okay, we're both invisible. He turned his off as soon as I turned mine on.
Oh, that jerk. The Blank Check Movie Podcast, a podcast I love. They refer to that as a forgotten movie, like, or a movie that doesn't exist. It's just like, you know, like everyone forgot about it. Nobody talks about it. It's just, it doesn't exist. You know?
I mean, it's the same with like the Total Recall reboot.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Didn't they? Or aren't they doing a reboot of Big Trouble in Little China?
It's been rumored, but I don't think it's happening.
Which is one of the original inspirations for Mortal Kombat, by the way.
Oh, really? That makes so much sense.
Oh yeah, one of the.
Yeah.
This Bloodsport, or that and Bloodsport, are probably the two you think of.
Yeah, Van Damme, right? He's like that.
Well, they wanted him originally to be like the main character for the game, and then that kind of fell through. And so Johnny Cage is based on Van Damme and Bloodsport. Which is why in MK1 they actually got Van Damme as a character skin for Johnny Cage, so it's finally come full circle.
That's so funny. I love that because then there's just the other wrinkle of him being in the Street Fighter movie. Just like, it's so weird that the way that worked out, you know?
Yeah, because like MK originally they were like, oh, we basically want to do like a Bloodsport game, and then let's actually get Van Damme. And then when that fell through, like, well, I guess we'll turn this into its own thing and get even wilder with it.
So it was truly, they were trying to get the Bloodsport license?
I forget if they were trying to get the license. I know they were very heavily inspired by the movie. Like, they want to basically do a game version of that movie, but I can't remember if they were...
No, I mean...
Yeah.
I've never seen that movie, but I know it iconography, like, from its iconography. Like, Van Damme's character looks like... Johnny Cage, like he does.
Especially if you look at Johnny Cage's character model in the first MK, you're like, oh yeah, you're like, you see it, like they just that was supposed to be Van Damme.
Okay, yeah. Tobias and Boone decided to continue their project even after the deal to use the Bloodsport license fell through. So yeah, that's according to Wikipedia at least. It was truly going to be. I didn't know that. I'd heard that like Bloodsport was an inspiration, but I didn't realize it was going to be a Bloodsport game. That's cool.
I think one of those times you're like, thank God they said no.
Yeah, right. I mean, if it was just a Bloodsport game, like we wouldn't be talking about it today, probably, right? I mean, truly, like.
Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't have been like the freedom to do what you want is what allowed them to just like go so wild with it. Of like, let's create this weird fiction and get really violent and these crazy characters. Again, they had stuff like Big Trouble in Little China. Kind of look at it like, how kooky can we get?
Yeah,
but yeah, I highly doubt it would have gotten to like this level of insanity. I don't think Van Damme would be punching like angry trees that have faces.
Yeah, right. And the logo wouldn't have been nearly as good.
Oh, it would have been a cool dragon. It would have been. I think the other. I just remember the other movie, Enter the Dragon. That's the other big one for MK.
Oh, sure.
If you watch Enter the Dragon, Bruce Lee?
I've never seen it, but like again, I've seen scenes from it. I'm familiar with it.
Okay, because if you watch,
sat down and watched it.
If anyone wants to see the original Mortal Kombat movie, watch Enter the Dragon. Like, you will be shocked at how much it's like, oh, this is where they got the idea for the tournament. Like, it is Enter the Dragon. Like, it's got the old man. It's got like the same sort of like format and stakes of like just all these colorful fighters on this island. And then Bruce Lee is like the Liu Kang-esque figure.
Yeah.
Great movie.
I should watch it. It's like such a classic. I don't really have any like Bruce Lee under my belt. You know, like I've never really watched a Bruce Lee movie, and this is the one to watch, right? If you're gonna watch one. Right?
Yeah, I'd say it's the one that most people know for sure.
Yeah. Widely regarded as one of the greatest martial arts films of all time.
For some reason, I thought that I won twice. I was fully expecting to be done.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh wait, they did win. They did win one.
1-1.
1-1. The most famous level in video game history. Mario 1-1.
Yeah, probably. Can't imagine there are any competitors. Maybe like the Donkey Kong. Like, if you would call that a level, I guess.
I guess. I mean, it doesn't change though, right?
Yeah.
It just kind of gets
it
harder.
Changes a lit. It changes, so not much though.
Well, I mean, the stage itself, they just throw more stuff in there, right? But like
no,
or does it change?
Yeah, it changes, but it doesn't really feel like a level in what we would consider today, right? Because it's like you just sort of loop through a handful of different templates, kind of.
Okay.
I mean, I guess you could say like is the Pac-Man maze, you know, the most? I don't know.
Is the most famous maze ever? I mean, honestly, there might be a real case to be made that it's the most famous maze in human history.
Have more people played or are at least familiar with the Pac-Man maze? There will be blood.
Like, what other famous legs? Oh my god, famous mazes are there? I mean,
I was gonna say,
like the Minotaur, like the original legend of Midas.
Like, well, I was gonna say, like, have more people seen the movie Labyrinth, or are more people like familiar with Pac-Man?
I'd say Pac-Man.
Probably Pac-Man, right?
Yeah, I like Labyrinth, but not even David Bowie can escape the Pac-Man fever.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, Pac-Man is just ubiquitous. Labyrinth is a good movie, right?
I like the song. Dance, magic, dance, magic.
That's like I'm listening to the soundtrack.
Yeah. Sorry. Rest in peace, David Bowie. I gotta steal your songs. Give me that.
What is? I follow his son on Twitter.
Oh, his director son.
Yeah. What's he doing? Is he did World of Warcraft? I don't feel like
is he doing it? Is he attached to another video game thing? I feel like that's the last thing I heard. I might be.
He did do a Netflix movie with Paul Rudd, I remember. That wasn't really...
What's his name again? Duncan Jones?
Duncan Jones.
Yeah.
I love Moon.
Yeah, Moon's really good.
I like Source Code, too.
I still haven't seen Source Code, but I've heard it's very good. It's with Colin Farrell, right?
Source Code. No, Jake Gyllenhaal.
Okay, the other one. They're like in the same pool of actors, and you're like, oh, it's not. If it's not Jake Gyllenhaal, then it's Colin Farrell, and vice versa.
So it looks like he is attached to a movie based on Rogue Trooper.
Yes.
Which is a comic book that was a video. Was adapted.
Oh
into a
right,
game.
the blue soldier looking guys. Yeah, they did a game. They did. They
The game was supposed to be
remastered.
pretty good.
They remastered it like a few years ago.
Yeah, it might have even been more recent than that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely
It's
in
like
the
a
last
third-person
decade.
shooter.
Right. Never played them, but I have
Yeah,
the box art in my head right now.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, we're talking about Rogue Trooper. Or are you talking about Rouge Trooper?
Starship Rogue Troopers. What if they did a crossover with Starship Troopers and Rogue Troopers?
Then I would go see it. I guess. I don't know. I don't really.
Actually,
have
Duncan
in mind.
Jones should make a Starship Troopers reboot. That feels like something he could be pretty good at.
Yeah, that's another Paul Verhoeven movie, I think, right? Isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I haven't seen that movie in so long. I'm overdue for a rewatch. Wait, what the? Oh, he tagged out when I did my X-ray and he missed. I was gonna say like, where?
Oh, so it was wasted?
It was supposed to be on Sub-Zero, but it's like, wait, why is Invisible Reptile here suddenly? Oh, they timed that perfectly.
Stupid computer.
This is why AI is a problem, guys.
That's right. That's right.
This is it. Imagine if Reptile drove your car.
I think it would go a little something like this. I don't have a punchline to that. That sounded like a setup.
Little ditty starts playing. He does have maybe the coolest song in the original movie that isn't the main theme. Like the fight with him and Liu Kang is a pretty sick song.
Yeah. With Reptile?
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, like he has his own theme in the movie. It's pretty great.
Oh, wait, it was that guy?
Shang Tsung pretending to be. Oh, I'm getting beat up by an
Oh.
invisible force.
Well, who's this guy?
Man, everyone can be
I have
invisible.
disobeyed. Sector.
Ah, he wants to.
Begin your transformation. Is Sector a robot?
Remember we saw him before and he used to be a guy? And then he made himself a robot.
He used to be a guy.
Because the Lin Kuei, which is their clan, they have this cybernetic program that they're getting into, but it's kind of like dividing the clans. Because some people like him are like, no, this is the next step for like our clan. We'll be like the Ultimate Warriors. But then some of them are like, no, I don't want to do that to myself. That's a bit much.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where Smoke's at, because he's like, hey, you had an appointment to become a robot. Why aren't you there? And then
You missed your appointment. You will be charged.
You had
for
a
cancellation.
You had a 3 o'clock cyborg transformation, and we did not see you. What's going on, man?
Okay, so Sector, we saw him. I do remember that scene where he was like, "Do we want to be cyborgs?" And one guy was like, "Yes." One guy was like, "No." Was the guy that was like, yes, was he a fighter and now he's a different fighter? Or is it like you couldn't play, he's not a playable fighter?
No, he was. We had a chapter with him. You're talking about Cyrax, who was the guy that's kind of like iffy about the whole thing.
So Cyrax was the one who didn't want to do this.
Right. This is Sector, who's the guy in the red, and he's 100% like, this is great.
Okay, but he's not like, the version of him where he's not a cyborg was not a playable fighter.
No.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, that's what I was
Yeah, Sector, infamous for his teleport punch, which could be spammed pretty bad in the old games, and maybe kind of still in this game, but in MK3,
This is another one of those guys that, like, playing the Mortal Kombat trilogy on N64 with my friend, I feel like we played with him a lot. I have a vague memory of, like, the missiles shooting out of his chest and stuff. That feels really familiar.
Yeah, that was kind of his thing. That and that.
Kind of his thing. He's super into it.
Kind of cornered the market on missiles out of... shooting
chest
missiles out of your chest. Yeah. The old chest missile market. It's really booming these days. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, wow. Okay. I was hoping I saw that opening, but I was hoping he wouldn't see it, and he did. Because he's a cyborg.
This will probably be the last fight for you, Marcus. I'm going to keep an eye on the clock.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
It's almost Starfield time.
We got a Starfield stream to do.
And you know what time it'll be for me? Taking the cat to the vet.
Oh,
Alright.
to turn him into a cyborg.
Yeah, I mean, maybe be a little more cooperative. It's our most anxious, difficult cat. I love Mona dearly, but She is far and away the most difficult creature that I've lived with.
I'm just saying, if you bring her to the Lin Kuei, they've got a cybernetics program that, you can... It's meant to remove weaknesses, and I'm just saying, you could have a cool... Your Mona could shoot missiles out of her chest.
And will it, is it known to reduce anxiety in cats? Does that help with that, as they say?
Probably. You type in, like, some code in there, and probably gets rid of it.
What did I Googled the other day related to her? I forget. It was like, yeah, she's a very anxious cat. Oh, congratulations.
I will never submit.
Duke Faison saying Jeff Marchiafava playing Starfield right now. I assume on the Min-Max channel. Oh no, he's gonna get cyberfied!
Cyberfied. I will never be cyberfied.
Like Johnny called him...
It's a little Hamilton reference for you guys.
You see Johnny called him Ray Dude?
Ray Dude.
They must not
He's got a real Luffy from One Piece approach to giving everyone names.
So yeah, we'll watch this cutscene and we'll call it a day. Like Smoke's like, huh?
Oh, he's like, I'm with you guys. Oh, he's Lord Raiden. I am called Smoke. Okay, so he's been like, they didn't even, a sleeper cell that they didn't even know they had access
in
to.
a tournament to save Earthrealm. Join us, Smoke.
Is Raiden, is he just kind of, is he just like chill dude? He's just like, he's like, whatever. He doesn't seem like he gets very angry.
Nah, he gets pretty pissed.
Call me
Especially
crazy with a K. That's funny.
Especially in the later games. He goes through some stuff.
I have a feeling your friend will be there.
Then let us go.
Alright, so...
Oh, is that a, what is that? Is that a dragon? Is that an octopus?
like a weird, like, Eldritch horror thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just Cthulhu, just straight up.
Cthulhu's in this one.
I mean, you could probably put Cthulhu in MK and it'd probably be fine.
It would all fit.
So now we got Cyrax is now a robot too.
I'm sorry for what they did to you.
I love that Leo Vader always jokes about. He's like, you don't have to use Cthulhu. Just make up your own like sky tentacle monster. Like it doesn't have to be like Cthulhu.
But he's the one everyone knows.
I know, but make up your own. Mostly, I think he was just trying to say like we need to get away from the author because he's
not a good
racist. Like, let's come up with something new, everybody.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm all for.
Alrighty, well, we're gonna have to get away from Mortal Kombat for this week because we're done. But we made good progress, I think. We're on Sub-Zero now, Chapter 8. We're in the middle of the Mortal Kombat 2 storyline, and yeah, Kyle, how you feeling?
Good. I'm enjoying this. I'm seeing a lot of things to like about this game, and like, not that I ever was like, ugh, why do people like Mortal Kombat? Like, I've always kind of got it, you know.
Right.
But like now I really get it with evidence and notes.
That makes sense. All right, cool. So yeah, we're gonna be off next week, but we'll be back the following week with part 3 of our Mortal Kombat 9 Super Replay. And yeah, stick around for in the next like 20-ish minutes or so. I'm going to be going live with Starfield. Going to be playing the game from the beginning and see what kind of shenanigans we can get into. So hope to see you guys back for that. Until then, enjoy your upcoming weekend, and we'll see you next week, guys. Bye.